Yeah, I think that we work principally with professional real estate investors. And then my second kind of tier of people I work with would be other professionals, lots of CPAs, doctors, lawyers. They choose us because look, they're high income, generally speaking, right? So they're making north of a quarter million a year. Why would they possibly manage a condo and rentals and people calling them when they're at dinner? I always say Friday night you're out to dinner with your wife, you got somebody blowing your phone up because the AC's out, and you're like, look, one of the spouses is going to say, "What are we doing here? Like, this isn't what we signed up for. I thought you said it was going to be some kind of real estate investment, and now suddenly you're managing the air conditioning on Saturday night." And I don't wanna do that, okay? And so I think that's a key to second home is not your second job. I think that's completely the key to what we're doing is just taking that all off your plate with our real estate investors.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Everyone, welcome to another episode of the Real Estate Pros Podcast. I am your host, Q Edmonds, and I got somebody with me today. He's going to give you a ton of nuggets, a ton of value, especially when it comes to the short-term rental space. This guy, what he does is a one-stop shop. He's going to make sure that his clientele is absolutely taken care of. And so I'm so excited for us to get a chance to peek in his lens, for him to take us into his world. And so I just want to introduce you guys to Mr. Chad Hart. Chad, how you doing today, sir?
Doing great. Thanks for having me on.
Man, thank you for being here. Thank you for sticking with it. You know, you and I know some of the backstory, but I'm so glad you're here, man. I'm so glad we're making this happen. And so listen, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. I want to dive in. I want you to take us into your world, take us through your lens. Let us know your main focus, what you're mainly focused on. Maybe tell us maybe how you got started and what markets you're operating in.
Sure. So my company is called Padre Trips. I mean, of course, .com, but we're a full service property management and vacation rental management company on South Padre Island, Texas. So South Padre is a barrier island, really as far south as you can get in the continental United States. The only place further south of us is really like Key West. But we're connected by a 2.5 mile causeway from the mainland to our island, which is South Padre. And my company differs a little bit from, your typical like Airbnb host, so to speak. We're a little bit more traditional in that we have a physical location here, the retail office. You can still come in and book face to face. How many people do that? Not a ton, but you still can. And then we are full service property managers. So that means is rentals, housekeeping, accountant, maintenance, your short-term rental license that you have to have here, paying your local hotel occupancy tax. We take care of everything. So you can just throw us keys, go to Costa Rica. Okay. And then you get what I call a mailbox check, even though we don't send checks, it's ACH. So you don't have to do any of that stuff. And it takes a lot of organization, and you have to have some scale. What I mean is you can't run an operation like us with 20 units or you really lose your butt. So, to have this many, like I've got 34 employees. And most of it's housekeeping, to be honest. But my housekeepers are in house, so is our maintenance. So I don't outsource that stuff. That way, I've got a little bit more control. I also build, for commercial fourplex like residential. So I've got that builder's knowledge in the background too when it comes to maintenance. That helps a lot. I don't know if I answered your question or not.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
Man, you definitely answered the question for sure, man. And I love it. I love the details that you gave. One of the things that you said, one of the quotes that I actually wrote down that you said when we was talking before we got on camera, you said your second home should not be your second job. And I think for me, that gives a clear lens into how you want to make sure that your clients are really taken care of.
Yeah, I think that we work principally with professional real estate investors. And then my second kind of tier of people I work with would be other professionals, lots of CPAs, doctors, lawyers. They choose us because look, they're high income, generally speaking, right? So they're making north of a quarter million a year. Why would they possibly manage a condo and rentals and people calling them when they're at dinner? I always say Friday night you're out to dinner with your wife, you got somebody blowing your phone up because the AC's out, and you're like, look, one of the spouses is going to say, "What are we doing here? Like, this isn't what we signed up for. I thought you said it was going to be some kind of real estate investment, and now suddenly you're managing the air conditioning on Saturday night." And I don't wanna do that, okay? And so I think that's a key to second home is not your second job. I think that's completely the key to what we're doing is just taking that all off your plate. With our real estate investors, we're just a line item fee. Like, yes, I charge a fee, but it's just the cost of doing business. And at the end of the day, Uncle Sam, right, you write it off anyway. So it's like, what are you doing? Unless you set up your property as an LLC and are actually writing yourself a paycheck, most hosts on Airbnb, they're working for free. Like, because you're making rental income, that doesn't mean, like, you have to work for free. I think that's
Yeah,
crazy. And
yeah,
it's a lot of our investors, they're still under contract. They haven't even closed on the property, and they sign a property management agreement with me because they hit the ground running. They're not like, "Let's start shopping after they've closed." Now you got a 2 to 4 week process to get it clean, photos, ready to go on a rental. You made nothing while you're kinda screwing around, right? So hey, that's where it comes in with our professionals is like, why are you making this your job? And I think I brought up to you previous to the podcast, you can change your own oil in your car. You can wash your own car in your driveway. Go ahead. You can run your own Airbnb. In fact, they suggest you should do it. Do you know why they suggest you should do it? They want you to work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, free of charge. That's why they would prefer that they have, grandma owns a house next door, but I don't wash my own car, every now and then I'll do it with my kids for fun, but honestly, like, you get a car wash, oil change, I haven't changed my oil, and I know how to do it, my dad taught me, but look, I haven't changed oil in 20 years. I could, and you can run your own Airbnb. That's why I tell people, "What's your rate?" I'm going, "You just asked the wrong question. It doesn't matter what I charge. What matters is property gonna be properly maintained?" We're in a high salinity content with the salt air. We're surrounded by the Laguna Madre Bay, which is somewhere between 6 inches and 3 feet deep. And then we've got the ocean on the other side, the Gulf of America, Mexico, whatever you wanna call it. But when we're at 95 degrees in the summer, imagine that burn off, that evaporation, that salt goes somewhere and it ain't going where you like if you own property,
yeah.
okay? It's gonna settle and rust. And so you gotta keep your maintenance up, and my maintenance crew is absolutely critical, especially if you have a standalone home.
Yeah, yeah. Now I heard you what I heard you say, and I think it's so good. You said you take things off of people plates and put it onto your own. And I know that's not always easy. Everybody can't do that. And so you got 34 employees. Like, what's been the key to keeping your machine running smoothly?
Well, unfortunately, I call it the Superman complex. So the first few years of my business, I just try to do it all, right? That's what you do when you're small. You have to if you're going to survive, really, when you're an entrepreneur doing it. Like, I've done property management of some kind for about 25 years, just straight up property vacation rental management. Like, with this company, it's been about 8 years. I had the Superman complex at first. Like, I'm gonna do everything. I'm gonna do the accounting. I have an MBA in finance. I'm gonna do the accounting. I'm gonna do the post inspection. Yeah.
If you're looking for consistent, high quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency, it's the most sophisticated, data driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
It just went on and on till it was like, well, hold on. Like, where's actually the value for me
There you
to
go.
the business? And it's probably not going over to make sure the fry pans look good. Okay. But it's important that somebody does that. So that's where the scale matters. When I started with 9 properties, just like everybody else, right? I owned 4 of them. I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. But I made a company that basically surrounded the fact that I didn't want to do the rentals on it. It was too much work. Like all weekend, I was blown out. I'm on the phone all night. I'm like, and then of course, as a human being, at some point you're going to get frustrated. What do you think happens to your guest reviews? Like they're going to go on the toilet because you're rude to somebody because you're just tired, right? So we got to take that off people's plate. I think that's the thing is I'm taking that away. You don't want to do that. Stop thinking about doing it. Now, if you want to, by all means, but usually after a few months, you're like, oh, this sucks. I shouldn't have got involved. I like the property, but I don't want to run it.
Yeah, yeah. No, I think you hit on something very, very good. I had a guest on, he had scaled his business 100 million revenue, and he dropped a bomb that I was like, oh, this makes so much sense. He said, you delegate to elevate. He said, you got to
Yeah.
delegate to elevate. You got to take some stuff off your plate. And so I think that's one of the best things you're doing is taking off that Superman cape, putting on your Clark Clink glasses, and like, listen, you take care of this. I know where I need to focus on to make this business be better. I can't do everything, even though you're capable of, but you can't do everything. And so I think that's so,
Yeah.
so important, man.
Also, don't you, I think it's easier said than done too.
Oh,
You
yeah,
watch all these videos and podcasts and stuff. Well, hey, you got to delegate. Hey, you can't be doing all your stuff. You're like, yeah, but who pays? Like
that
when you have a
part.
small business, you're just trying to survive. And if you have kids involved, it was really easy. I had a tour company. I started with this college spring break tour company out of college. It was me. I didn't have any kids, wasn't married. It either made it or not. All I really needed was a bed and, my mom's old car, whatever.
Yeah, yeah,
But then at some point you grow up and you're like, wait a second, like, I don't want to live like that for one. And for two, I got kids. My kids now aren't really little, but still as teenagers, you got to take care of them. And of course, kids aren't cheap. So, yeah, it's easy. I would say just delegate. Hey, you should have somebody doing your revenue management. You should have somebody else running your housekeeping. Well, they're not going to work for minimum wage anymore, right? Wages since COVID have escalated to the point where it's like my housekeepers were between $10 and $12 an hour prior to COVID. Now they're at 20 to 22. Like that's a huge increase. And you can't squeeze the guests for more and more money on cleanings or they're not going to book, right? So anyway, it's a balance.
I think you hit the nail on the head. Like you said, it's a balance. You're doing it within your scale, within your systems, like within your reach. And so I appreciate your perspective. I appreciate everything you're saying. I think you are giving nuggets to people as they're on their journey that they really can hold up to and really look at and say, hey, this is something that I can hold on to that's going to help me out. And so I want to ask you, like, what are you most focused on solving next? Like, what's the next real goal for you?
Yeah. So one of the things I think that is on any progressive operator's mind, and it's not just real estate guys, right? We're all thinking about technology and AI is such a buzzword. Like everything's AI. And it annoys me because I'm like, that's not really AI. That's just software, right? Like AI can do 15,000 calls an hour. I'm like, that's called an auto dialer. Those things have been around 30 years. But we're trying to balance, and as we discussed, technology stack, like what makes sense. Then two, can we afford it? And then three, does the time work on this tech? And we're not talking about, I don't think, in real estate, how much time this tech actually takes. You want to have a new property management software. You know that probably took us and my operator, like I got a reservations manager.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
I bet between us, it took us 1,000 hours to change our software. Okay. It's like a divorce. So it's like, but now you're like, oh, I really like this program. You know, you and I talked about StayFi, like, hey, it's a great program because it captures guest data to do direct bookings later. The problem is first of all, okay, so you get this little module, you plug it in the wall with your Wi-Fi, and they can't get on unless they put their info in, which you want as an operator because then you can do direct marketing to avoid Airbnb's fees. The problem is okay, so I got this little module. Now I'm managing 120 properties. How long does it take you to install 120 modules in condos spread out all across your destination? You're talking 100 hours. Who pays for that? You do. StayFi doesn't pay, and then they want $50 a month. It's a great product. So here we go. Time, software, and does it improve the guest experience? Clearly, no. They should be able to just go there, scan a QR code, and they're on the internet. But it doesn't get in the way that much that their guest experience sucks. So it's worth doing because you get the guest data to remarket to them. But see, I think the biggest challenge right now is what technology makes sense. AI, everybody's got their eyes on it. That's progressive in this business. It wants to propel it. What do I use in AI? But cost, time, will my guest experience be diminished? Like hotels are playing around with this big time. I heard somewhere Hilton tried all contactless check-in and the business travelers hated it. Now they have it as an option. Still, most people want to check in a front desk. No one knows why. It's just traditional, right? Like I'm going to a hotel, I want to see somebody and check in and get my key. It takes longer than contactless, right? Because you could use your phone to check in. People still aren't doing it. Well,
Yeah.
why? I mean, these are the challenges that we're facing in real estate is all this tech. How do we implement it at a cost-effective way, but also increase our guest experience?
Yeah. No, I think you hit the nail on the head. We're definitely technology is advancing, AI is not going anywhere. Using AI as the tool of how we can
Right.
use it. But you said it broke. Like how much is it costing? How much time is it taking? And what is the overall experience at the end for our customers? And I think you're hitting the nail on the head. And that's why it's such a big move, accepting and embracing technology, but also, it can be risky at the same time. And so I love the way you're going at it, that you're wearing the cost. And so that's big, man. That's big. And the next move, you either compound things or create total chaos. So we gonna see. We gonna see. But the thing about chaos, eventually you can wrangle it down and put it into some type of order. So no doubt in my mind, man, you're building the systems to do that. And so what I love about you, you're talking about people. You talk about your staff, them going from $12 to now 22. You sound like somebody that knows the value of relationships. And so I think it would benefit our listeners hearing this from you, from your perspective, when it comes to building relationships and growing your network. What has made the biggest difference for you?
Well, for me, what's kind of a game changer for us is we all know that personal referrals are way more powerful than advertising. Like one of the things I learned is I can't advertise in new owners for a portfolio on Facebook. Like, yeah, you'll get people interested that fill out a lead form, but actually signing them, the cost to signing is way too high. So how do I obtain new properties? Like I have people like, how are you growing it like this? I say, well, you have a quality service. Like on Google reviews, my company has an average review score of 4.9 stars. We have over 550 5-star reviews. I'd like to have 5,000 5-star reviews. But see, you're able to use that as kind of a sales tool that's a third party. So my recommendation to a business owner is what's your third party source that says you're good? Because you can say you have the best podcast in real estate. You're saying it, but if you get two or three other sources that say you're the best guy in real estate for interviewing real estate professionals, all of a sudden you are. And I position myself, I was lucky because I was young enough and we're fresh enough. We're not brand new at 7 or 8 years old now. But I started the company with the idea that these Google reviews matter. Okay. People are going to read that crap. and I want to control at least Google's reviews the best I can. Airbnb is another whole another deal. Like, who knows where those reviews go? But Google, I have more control because those are direct bookings. We don't pay people for reviews. I've kept it very clean. And to do that, and don't ever pay for reviews. Like, I'm just going to tell you that right now. Like,
Yeah,
that'll get you
yeah,
flagged. Just don't do it. And you got to respond to every review, even if they're bad. Now, if it's one you think you can get removed, like someone's a jerk, they've attacked you personally, you can get that removed on Google. So don't respond to those. But every other review, like if it's legit, they have a profile photo, especially if they posted a photo, Google's not removing that. Okay. Most of the time, your feelings are just hurt. But you know what you want? If you go to look at a beach rental in South Padre Island, you see the review, someone gave them a 1 star and they're complaining about blah, blah, blah. But then the operator gets on there and says, I'm so sorry, Mr. Smith, that you had this experience. We immediately set pest control because you mentioned that there was a bug in there. You mentioned that it wasn't clean enough. So we went ahead and did a deep cleaning. We're so sorry that you didn't have a perfect stay. We'd love to earn your business and try again. That's all you want to see, right? If there's no response, or the operator, I've seen this from hotels sometimes, these independent operators, they go on there and they justify why there's bugs or they justify why it was dirty. Well, as a guest, what are you going to say? Hey, where there's smoke, there's fire. Like, this company is not apologizing. And then two, offering a solution. I just want a solution. If I buy a new tire from you for my car and it blows out the next day, I go to your shop and you're like, oh, dude, I'm so sorry. Let me put a new tire on.
yeah,
What are you
yeah,
complaining about? Now, if they're
yeah,
like, well, you must have ran over something, it's full price, you're going to be angry, right? Even if it
yeah.
was your fault. So you got to respond to reviews, but staying on top of those reviews for me has been the game changer. And it sucks. As a business owner, I recommend you delegate it if you don't like it, but somebody's got to do it. These reputation managers charge too much, but that's where I really would get into a virtual assistant wherever they live in the world. They can handle this for you. Okay.
Yeah.
I do
Yeah.
like the Guesty platform for short-term rentals because you can automate responses to reviews as automatic 5 stars. You got to respond to every review on Airbnb. Now you can stop that, like if they, damaged your property, you don't have to automatically do it. So it automatically reviews on the last day possible, like on the 7th day, it drops that 5 star review for your guest. That way, another secret here is don't review people on the day of checkout because
Mm,
when you review them, Airbnb sends them a message and says they reviewed you. You should review them. Well, if they didn't love you, guess what you get? You're going to get hammered. It's better that you wait till the very last day. They get the notification. If it wasn't great, they've already moved on. Okay. They've already moved on with their life. Most people won't take the time to hammer you. So you want it there's a definite science to this review management. And I'm not perfect. Okay. But I know if you're not focusing on it with any business you have, you're going to be in a lot of trouble these days because everybody needs reviews. And not everybody's an expert reviewing you anyway, but we treat them as if they are. Like this guy goes to a 5 star restaurant, gives a 1 star. It's like, dude, you've only had a McDonald's. You have no business reviewing this poor restaurant. I always feel so sorry for restaurants. But anyway, kind of got off on a tangent there.
no, man, I hear, man, I hear your passion coming through, man. I hear your passion coming through. And
Yeah,
you are dropping just so many just good nuggets, just good information, especially with that review that I got review hack. I don't know if that's the right word, but nah, man, this is great information. This has been great information. And listen, if someone was wanted to reach out to you, wanted to connect with you, maybe collaborate with you, learn more about what you're doing, what's the best way for them to reach out to you?
well, I'm on every social media channel for sure, but just my cell is 512-825-2157. I give it up. Like I don't do any gatekeeping. You can text me, call me, and obviously my email is chat at Sal Padre Trips, but our website, salpadretrips.com. And then on TikTok, I'm at Inertia Chad. If you want to follow it, all my TikToks dedicated to short-term real estate investing. So all the videos you see, it's all on condos. It's on our deep clean process. And it's a lot of fun to see the units that we're doing too. So I try and make them kind of entertaining, of course, or nobody wants to watch it. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, listen, Chad, sir, I thank you so much, man. I thank you so much for your time. I thank you for your story. Thank you for your perspective. Thank you for, coming, and continuing to make sure that this happened today. It was
absolutely,
such a pleasure. And I know our viewers have just taken some great, great value and nuggets from you. So again, thank you, sir.
absolutely. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. No
Have a
problem.
good have a
All
good
right.
Thursday.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Now, everyone else, you heard him. You heard the value that Chad has given, and y'all know we're going to continue to bring other operators up, other business owners, other investors, other managers, and you do not want to miss out on this incredible content that we're going to continue to give. So just hit that subscribe button. Just go ahead, set it and forget it. That way we will let you know when the episode is up. So listen, we thank you again, Mr. Chad, and to everyone else, y'all have a great one.
Thanks, y'all.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.